Okay, we're live. Welcome everybody. Welcome to another Saturday Team Zoom. We do this every Saturday at noon Central. So if you're brand new, this is a great place to come and really get dialed in on the company and our products and our business, and just a way to kind of plug in and learn. And as you find your builders, find other people, it's another resource. Just bring your people in. The community is already built. So glad to have you all here. I also want to thank my 25K VPs, Kelly and Lindsay Foote, Rob McNulty, Steve Stuckey, all kicking butt right now, doing some great things, and just want to welcome everybody on today. We, as you probably know, have a special guest. He is the new president of CTFO. He is a wonderful person. We had great times together in Las Vegas. We went out and had dinner. I wish you all could have been a fly on the table. It was David D'Arcangelo, Steve Trobiani, Kevin, and myself. And we had dinner on the Strip and had just a great time and a great chat. And Kevin's a 30-year veteran. He's been in the field building as an associate, but spent 23 years building $1 billion company, another great company. So he's got the experience. You're going to find he's got amazing amounts of passion and he's got vision. And we are just lucky that it was the right time. He was kind of looking for a new home, and he'll tell you his story and how that worked out. But the most important thing for all of you to know is this: his focus in life is serving us and helping us to be successful. And that's what really excites me about having Kevin as the president of our company, is he gets it that we're the customers, so to speak. It's us associates that drive the business. And I've been in a lot of other companies where it's kind of the other way around. The owners and the big dogs, they're the focus. All right. And then the associates, we're kind of the secondary, and not here. Kevin's all about helping us. He loves to be in the field. He loves to jump on Zooms and do that kind of stuff. So Kevin, if you would unmute yourself, come out and say hello, please.
You got it. Good morning, everyone.
Well, good
Can
morning.
you hear me?
I can, loud and clear. So we're going to do a little interview. I got a handful of questions for Kevin today. And if you've not met him yet, just get ready, because when he first was introduced, I was a Tuesday night about a month ago. He's just an amazing person. So Kevin, first up, man, tell us about your experience. You spent 23 years. You've already built another $1 billion company. Tell us a little bit about that, and then kind of how you fell in love with network marketing, if you would.
Absolutely, Doug. Well, first of all, again, welcome everyone. Great to have you take Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon out, depending upon where you're at, and be here with all of us. This is what makes CTFO special, right? I mean, the people here, you showing up. Obviously, you are some of the key leaders in this company. You're here, and I'm just excited to be part of this company. I do have quite a lot of experience as an old person here, and actually, I'm not old. I feel amazing, actually. I've been in the industry, as you said, for 30 years, started off first as a distributor. And I just think that's really important, because I believe that our industry is very unique. And it takes what I believe is a really great understanding of what it's like to be out there in the field building the business. And certainly I've had that experience. And as we know, Stu and Steve and Michael have that experience and are out there every day doing that. So for me, I started as a distributor, fell in love with the industry, fell in love with what the industry could do for people. I think that's the biggest thing for me, is that I just realized that, my gosh, when you can get so many people collectively together, focused on a mission and a vision, with the ability to change people's lives from a health and financial perspective, it just blew me away, right? When I truly understood the concept of network marketing. So for me, I was just sort of all in from the day that I first saw network marketing. That was back in, early 1990s. So from there, I just, I met my business partner and started a company back in 1995, built that for for 23 years was absolutely phenomenal period of time. We had, we did well over $1 billion in sales over that 20-year period of time, 23-year period of time, 20 different countries. And, for me, I just share that with you. It's really nothing to do about me. It's all about the experiences that I can bring to really help CTFO continue to grow and continue to just, do great things in the future, which ultimately means all of you seeing great success. So over those 23 years as president of a company, again, I had an opportunity to obviously work operationally, meaning, running the organization from inside with some incredible team that we had. But, equally important, in fact, I would even say more important, was my passion for the field, because one of the things that I believe is that we are truly in partnership together, right? I mean, as I said on our my initial Zoom call, we succeed when you succeed. When you face challenges, we share in those challenges, right? So it really is this partnership, and that truly is my greatest passion in direct selling, and that is being able to, again, be what I would call that facilitator between corporate and the field, bringing people together towards one vision, one mission, and just going out there, Doug, and doing some great things together. I don't believe there's an industry out there that can do what we can do to change so many lives so quickly. And I don't believe that there is a company out there right now. CTFO is the only company out there, I believe, that is so perfectly positioned with its timing right now, with the quality of people that it has, with the quality of products that it has, to really do some amazing things. And that's why I'm here. I just saw this and I said, man, the people are wonderful people at the top of this company. I know a lot of the field leaders already who I may have worked with in the past. And I just said, I've got to be part of this and bring whatever I can bring to the table to help people achieve their goals.
Well, thank you. And like I said, we're blessed that the timing was right, and that you were able to come in and kind of take the steering wheel. And there's a lot to do to get to $1 billion. It takes infrastructure and people and timing and products and all of that stuff. So we're grateful you're here to do that. So just to tell us a little bit more about CTFO. I know you had a chance to look under the hood, and you weren't looking to just jump into something. You were looking to find the right home. So tell us about that experience when you took a good look at the company.
Absolutely. Well, I would say over the past year or so, I knew I wanted to get back in the industry, and I've had a number of opportunities. To join companies, and just quite frankly, it just wasn't the right fit or the right time in my life. And I don't believe that there are really any accidents in life. I'm a big believer in sort of destiny and sort of where we're all headed. So for me, it had to be about first and foremost the right people, right? If I'm going to be part of an organization, I am an all-in kind of person, which means I expect everybody that I'm working with to be all in terms of their commitment to the mission and vision of an organization. So when I had an opportunity to meet with Stu, Michael Swilling introduced me to Stu, and I remember the first Zoom call that we did, and I left that Zoom call just saying, wow, this is the kind of guy that I can totally relate to, that wears his, heart on his sleeve, that has a passion for people, that is so authentic, right? That is so authentic, that is humble, right? These are the things that I look for in leadership, because I have seen ego take down so many talented people because they believe their own press, right? And I'm not a big believer in believing my own press. I can tell you that. I'm about going out there and earning people's trust, earning people's respect. And that's what I saw with Stu. I saw Stu, that humility, that sense of service, and then getting a chance to meet Steve and to meet Michael, and then to meet the board of directors, and just get a sense again of the heart of the organization and the values of the organization, and then the vision, right? Where do you guys want to take the company, right? Was such a great and important question that I needed to hear. And Stu said, listen, he said, we're going to $1 billion. He said, we're going to $1 billion. And when I heard him say that, and then I just, again, surrounded myself with all the other people in the organization, I just said, these are the kind of people I want to be part of, because they can make it happen with the right guidance, with the right leadership, and the timing of the company I just felt was perfect. So it was all about the people, guys. And I just feel so blessed. I think we're all so blessed to be part of an organization that is led by people like Stu and Steve and Michael. And obviously, Doug, when I had the opportunity to spend time with you, what I realized is that you are that exact kind of leader as well. You see, and that's so important. So what I'm quickly finding out, and this is such a great lesson, I think, in building your business, is that, number one, the speed of the group is the speed of the leader, that we will attract people, the kind of people into our organization that reflect our own values and that will reflect, quite frankly, our own sense of urgency as well in building the business. So when I looked at the whole organization, I said, I got to be part of this. And I have been thrilled from day one. I mean, here I actually celebrated my first month in the organization yesterday, and it's been fantastic. So, the people is what it's all about.
Yeah, it really is, Kevin. And, I've been out of the industry for 14 years, Kevin. I built a big team with a company called RESIDUAL back in the 90s and early 2000s, and had a great experience, had a great run. They sold that company in 2002. And in by 2004, the new owners had made it so it wasn't fun anymore. So I've been out for 14 years because I just had not found a company that checked all the boxes. And kind of like you, I knew the right questions to ask. I knew what to look for. And this was the one. This was the one company out of 14 years that I told my wife, I said, honey, we're getting back in the game because we don't want to miss this one. So, okay, next question, Kevin. And you've done this, you've seen this, and so I'm interested in your perspective. And I was able to witness it and be a part of it with RESIDUAL as well. But from where we're sitting today and with what's on the table, tell us kind of what do you expect to happen in the next year? What's the next year look like for CTFO? And then 5 years, just to kind of help people see what 1 year and what 5 years looks like from your, because you've already done it, you've built it. Yeah. Tell us where we're headed, man.
Well, listen, everything that I see here, and again, I'm going to come back to some fundamentals, right? And the fundamentals include commitment of ownership. The fundamentals include the type of leadership that we already have in the organization, in the field, many of whom I know. I think first and foremost, you got to check that box, right? As the fundamental, the foundation of which everything else goes from. So that box is checked big time for me. Great products, check, right? Commitment to continue to develop great products, check. A compensation plan that rewards the right activities, check, right? So all of these things, as I see it, are in place. So what do I see over the upcoming year? Well, first, I got to say, I think this new compensation plan is going to be very, very exciting for people. I think it's going to be rewarding the right activities. I love the concept that CTFO brings to the table of rewarding people really at all levels of participation, all walks of life. If you want to come in here and make incredible money, you can do it. If you just want to make enough money to pay for your products, you can do it. I love the breadth of that. Of that sort of compensation plan, because what it does is it opens it up for everyone. You see, my experience in the industry, I've seen it, right? Where it's just a few people at the top that make all the money and everybody else doesn't. What I love about this program is that everyone has the opportunity to make money. Why am I talking about that relative to the future? Because that's what's going to drive this business. Great products, a compensation plan that rewards people at all levels of participation, and great leadership on the corporate team and in the field. What do I see? I think we could quadruple this business over the next year. No reason at all why every single person on this Zoom right now can't take your business, and I'm going to say as an average 4 times. Some of you may take it from 5,000, 5K to 50K, right? I mean, I believe that is what's possible here. So I really do believe that what we're doing on a monthly basis right now, we're going to be at least 4 times that over the upcoming year. 5 years from now, my gosh, when you think about it, we're just beginning to dip our toe, number one, into international expansion. So as I said, my experience I built in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, a lot of business over in the Philippines, throughout Asia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Europe as well, right? So that is all on the radar screen, right? We're already in the EU, getting everything situated there. But in terms of, here's the key now. It's so easy to talk about the next 5 years and talk about all these great plans. Here's the reality, though. I'm a big believer that we've all got diamonds in our own backyard, right? We could right now just be in the US with the product line that we have for the next 5 years. And if we just focused on that, we could be a $250 million company easily over the next 5 years, just in the US market, right? Now we begin to add all those other markets. It's pretty incredible. So my vision is there's no reason at all why this company can't be $1 billion company over the upcoming 5 to 7 years. No reason at all. And Stu has that vision. I felt that vision, and I believe 110% that we can get there. Is it easy? No. But who wants to do anything easy, right? Everybody can do easy, right? Let's be great. Let's do great things together. That's what I think the vision of this company is about. Helping people, reveal their greatness through this company and do some great things over the upcoming 5 years, 10 years. Listen, this is a legacy company, right? 5-year vision, great. But we're talking about the ability to build a business here that can be passed down for generations. That's what we're building here, a legacy company, Doug.
It sure is, and it's going to be fun. I can just tell everybody, as I had that big ride with Rexall, they went from really nothing in sales to 400 million. Primarily in the U.S., Kevin. So you're right. I mean, you can do hundreds of millions right here. And,
absolutely.
But it's about the relationships you build and the things you do and the travel and the experiences and the growth, who you become as a person through that journey that really is, I just can't wait for everybody to experience the next 5 years and what's going to happen. So, all right, next up, and I know, Kevin, you're working on a number of initiatives right now as you've kind of looked at the big picture and then came up with hey, what's important, what's urgent, what are the things that we can do now to help build that foundation and some of the tools. So just share a little bit of some of the top priorities. And one of my most important is this getting started, getting a really good getting started. So a new associate joins your team. And how do I shift into first gear? How do I put the key in? How do I, step on the accelerator? How do I turn the radio on? And so share a little bit of what's coming up on with the getting started too, please.
You got it. I'm going to cover a number of things on that, Doug, and that is absolutely a really important and high priority, focus for sure. So when I joined CTFO and jumped in, the first thing I do is I just look at it and I evaluate it right through my eyes of my experience. So I look at it and I say, okay, how are we corporately, right? Because we have got to do a great job so that you can go out there and represent us with just 110% trust and belief in all that we're doing. So first thing I did is I looked at it and I said, okay, what are the things that we need to do, to get us better than we've ever been? So we put forth a 60-day initiative internally, and the initiative is called Being Prepared for Momentum, because we believe, and I believe, that we're going to be hitting some serious growth over the next 30 to 60 days. So my first thing was, let's dig in, let's make sure that all the stuff that needs to work is all working. So that's the first thing that I've been focusing in on, that corporate side. And I can tell you, we're just doing, we got a great team. My gosh, we got a great team. And we're making some fantastic progress on that side. Now I then say, okay, let's look at the field. What can we do to help you succeed, faster than ever before? Getting started training. My gosh. I believe that we make or break new associates in our first 30 days. In their first 30 days, and I'll even bring it down to their first week, but I'm going to give it a 30-day period of time. I believe that if we don't grab a new associate and get them focused on the fundamentals of success and get them really dialed in to how they can take this big why that hopefully they've begun to develop and turn that why I'm here, why am I building a business, and immediately get into action. And what are those activities that a new associate needs to do? There is nothing that will stop momentum more than somebody not knowing what to do next. Now, here's the great thing about CTFO. It's a simple business, but it's not easy, right? If somebody tells you it's easy, they're wrong. It's a simple business. What do I mean by simple? Simple means everyone can do it, right? Everyone can do CTFO. If you were to ask me to go perform open heart surgery today, I would say I can't do it, right? And probably maybe all of us on here. I don't know if we have any heart surgeons on, but my point is that if I asked you to do that, I'm not sure any of us could do it. But if I said to you, hey, do what it takes to succeed in CTFO, which is talking to people, which is giving them a path, which is the getting started training, which is what we're focused on, and continuing to inspire through your example, right? These are all things that we can do. So it's never a question of can we do it? It's always a question of will we do what it takes, right? So that's where the getting started training comes into play, Doug. And that's why it's something that I've been putting a lot of focus on over the past week, developing that so that somebody has a really good game plan of what to do in those first 30 days. Because a lot of times some people will come in with a lot of excitement. Okay, what do I do? And if we don't take that excitement and turn it into small wins pretty fast, they're going to lose their focus. So getting started is a huge initiative, a big focus of mine, a big focus of the team. A couple other things that I think are so very important you're going to see happening over the upcoming several weeks. Recognition. Recognition, I love to say that money is the payoff to the pocketbook, while recognition is the payoff to the soul. Recognition is so important. So it's one of the other focuses that we're really putting on as a company. What are those correct activities that we want to recognize and get out there? Because ultimately, it's the stories of success, our stories of success in the field. You folks are, when one of you succeed, we all succeed. Because what it tells us is that this can be done. You can get to 100K. You can get to 5K, whatever that goal is. Everybody's success is another just check off on that sheet of I can do this, right? I can do this. So recognition, sharing each other's stories, so very, very important. That's going to be a big initiative. Personal development. So one of the things that I want to start doing, I would say over the upcoming 30 days, is I want to start having a Zoom call that is just leadership development focused. It's one of my great passions. I've studied leadership development for decades. I'm actually, over the past couple of years, I became a life coach. And what that did for me was just help me take my passion and just have even more tools to help people succeed, right? So there's some things that I've learned over the past several years, on top of obviously the 23 years of experience that I've had, that I think can be really helpful. Some wisdom that I can share with you, right? The gray hairs have some wisdom behind them, and those are things that I could share with each of you from a leadership perspective. Personal development, Doug, another big initiative that you're going to see here very soon. And then one other one that I want to just talk about is communication. On Tuesday, on our webinar, we're going to be announcing some things relative to just how the company is going to be continuing to enhance its communication with its leadership, enhance its communication throughout the company. Because communication, here's another one for you. Communication is the energy source of your business. Communication is the energy. When communication stops, I believe the flow of energy in your organization stops. When people don't feel dialed in, they're going to dial out, right? So we want to help people be dialed in as much as possible about all the things that are happening in CTFO. So communication is going to be another big initiative here as we move into the second half of the year, Doug.
Wow, 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 and wow. I love all of it.
Yeah.
Getting started, the recognition, the leadership training, just killer stuff, Kevin. Wow, that's really awesome.
Very excited to be part of it. And obviously when I'll be bringing leaders on, right, to talk about, maybe I'll put out a leadership concept, the power of urgency, right? And we'll talk for 15 minutes on that, and then we'll have a leader on board and we'll say, Doug, how do you use the power of urgency in your business? So it's not just leadership principles. It's going to be leadership principles, and then how do we apply them to maximize our opportunity for success, to maximize other people's opportunity for success in our organization. So I'm really excited about that and very passionate about it.
Outstanding. Wow. Going to be fun. Going to be fun to see it all roll out. So I want to tell everybody that I was on a Zoom with Michael Steve a little bit before this, and we were just thinking about how do we find leaders? How do we find the right people? And with our new 35% infinity bonus, there are thousands and thousands of people that have been in network marketing, that have had success, that know the game, that just don't know about CTFO yet. And in probably one of the fastest ways to really grow your business is to bring some people in. If you can find a few leaders for your team, then things can really happen quickly. So before I bring your next question out, Kevin, I want everybody to know that me and Michael Steve think we unlocked Facebook today on a Zoom. So I'm super excited. Give me a week to play with it, but I'm going to show, I think I can show all of you another unlimited source of potential if you want to go after some leaders, which is exciting. Woo. Okay.
Love it.
All right. Next question up. So, you talked a lot about fundamentals, Kevin, and just doing the right thing. From your perspective of seeing, thousands and thousands of people succeed and many more that fail, give us 3 of the keys to success that you think are just the 3 things that people focus on are going to lead them in the right direction, please.
Yeah, great question. And I think this is a question, Doug, too, that is like the answers that I'm going to give could be an answer given, I think, for any industry, any company, because I believe that there are what I would call timeless principles of success. And they're not always around the how-tos. I believe sometimes we get so focused on the how-tos that we lose focus of the most important stuff that drives success. The how-tos are, what do I say? How do I respond to this objection? How does the compensation plan work? All that stuff. Important, right? But if that's the only thing we focus on, I'm telling you, it's not going to get you to where you want to be. So I'm going to drill down into what I believe are some of the foundational principles that we got to be really good at personally and helping other people be really good at these things. First one, you've heard it before, but it has to be said. You've got to have a huge reason for building your business. You've got to have something that you have in your mind. Like, for me, in my mind, $1 billion CTFO, $1 billion company, right? $1 billion company. Why is that so important? I visualize that. I know what that's going to look like, right? I don't know all the challenges that are going to happen. I know some of them, but I know there's going to be a lot of challenges along the way, right? But I know that if I stay focused on how could I help others succeed, how can I help the company grow to $1 billion? If I just focus on that vision, those challenges, yeah, they hurt. Yeah, they're going to push me back once in a while, but it doesn't stop me towards that vision. So here's the key. If you look at any great business, any founder of a company, it could be Steve Jobs, right? It could be any great company. They all start with a vision ultimately of how they want, what their passion is to impact people or to impact their life. So I'm going to say start there. Become crystal clear on why you are building your business. And I'm going to give you a simple exercise that helps clarify this, or at least gives you some more information along the path. Real easy. If 3 years from now or 5 years from now, you could imagine your perfect day, what would that look like? What would your perfect day look like? Because what that does is it causes you to think, where do I want to spend my perfect day? Who do I want to spend it with? How do I want to spend that perfect day? As we begin to drill down to that, it then begins to uncover things in our life that we're looking for, right? Maybe it's charity focused. There's a whole different bunch of ways to go around this. But my point is this: you've got to be driven by a big why, first and foremost. I think every leader, I've never met a leader who doesn't have a big vision of where they're going to go with the business. Got to have that, number one. Number two, I believe this is more true in our business than I think in any business that I've ever seen. You've got to be selfless, not selfish. So what I mean by that is I believe that those who succeed to the greatest level are those who are very service focused. Our business is about helping others. And the more we can help others achieve their goals, we've heard it many times before, that just helps us achieve ours, right? But again, when we focus on helping others achieve, here's what it does. Number one, I believe that when we just focus on us, we are hit with all these emotions all the time, right? How am I feeling? Oh, I had a rough day today, right? Do I want to get out there and go out and talk to somebody again, right? I don't know if I want to. But if we focus on others, we look at that rough day, we say, yeah, it was a rough day, but there's somebody out there that desperately needs what I have to offer. Right. You see, that changes the perspective off of me and what I'm feeling to much more of the impact that I can have on somebody else's life. And I've always taken that approach every single day because, as you can imagine, right, we all have difficult days. That's life. It's part of life. How do we get through them? I've just always found when I turn my focus onto what can I do today for someone else, my gosh, it inspires me. It gets me out of my emotional whatever feeling that I'm having at the moment, right? And it moves me forward. Being selfless versus selfish, I believe, is a powerful concept. And then the last one, leadership by example. We've heard that a million times. Ultimately, you can't ask someone else to do what you're unwilling to do. That's what it ultimately comes down to. And it's even more than that. It's showing people what you're willing to do, right? It's one thing to say, it's another thing to show. And I think leadership by example is powerful. And again, for instance, you, Doug, I mean, when I got a chance to see you up in Vegas and see you train and hear your heart and hear your passion for the business and to have you initiate, right, that meeting. We went up to that meeting in Vegas, not because that was a corporate event, but because you were leading by example. You were saying, I'm fired up about CTFO. I need to bring people together. This is an amazing time in our company. I'm going to lead the charge. And that's what you did. And that's the power of leading by example. It's all about what we're doing, right? So those are my three things. You got to have a huge reason for the business, be selfless versus selfish, and lead by example. Obviously, there's a lot of other ones, but those are the fundamental ones for me.
Yeah, and if we all could just focus there, that'll be halfway down the road for success. The how-tos become important, but when you have that kind of foundation of principles to focus on, and that leads to the personal growth. And that's the beautiful thing about this business. It's a journey, and that journey is becoming a better person, becoming more valuable, being able to help more people because you grew as a person, which is great stuff. So, wow, just love it. Love all of it, Kevin. All right, last question. We'll wrap up today. There's times in business where you can just kind of coast a little bit and, just kind of keep tapping the wheel. And there's times when you want to run. There's times when you really want to double down and focus. And with the new compensation enhancements, the Infinity 7 bonus, the opportunity for everybody to position themselves to get 5, 10, 15, 20% Infinity bonus. You can lock one of those levels in and then start to see your check grow. So what kind of advice, and you've, I'm sure, been in spots in your prior company where, it was game time. Hey guys, it's game on. This is the time to really roll up your sleeves. So what's your thoughts, your vision for kind of what the next 90 days would look like for somebody, Kevin?
Well, I'm going to give you a real simple, in fact, I would even write this one down, right? Write this one down and keep looking at it. And it's real simple. Get out of balance for the next 90 days so you can get in balance for the rest of your life. Get out of balance for the next 90 days and so you can get in balance for the rest of your life. What do I mean by that? I mean, do whatever it takes. I believe the next 90 days creates a very unique window for everyone on this call. Word travels fast. You have the opportunity, I believe, to bring in incredible people into this organization over the next 90 days. I believe that what we do over the next 90 days, imagine how many Dougs are out there right now? I guarantee you that there are some Dougs that are out there right now that are looking for a home, as unique as Doug is and as talented as Doug is, there are a lot of people out there looking for a home that CTFO could be the perfect spot for them. Imagine over the next 90 days if you would enroll somebody like a Doug, somebody like a Kelly Foote, somebody like a Steve Stuckey. Imagine that, right? And you can do it. Get out of balance for the next 90 days so you can achieve balance for the rest of your life. You can find that Doug, that Steve, that Kelly over the next 90 days, but it's not going to happen if you're not out there, you know, pushing the envelope. So I'm just saying, push the envelope. And I'm a guy who's all about balance. I'm a guy who is, you know, as hard as I've worked over the past 30 years, I could tell you this, that if I was on my deathbed tomorrow, I would not have any regrets about the amount of time I spent with my family, or about, you know, the personal priorities that I've also put into my life, right? So I'm about balance, but I also know this, that there have been times in my life when I've been way out of balance, right? For a period of time to create much bigger balance as we move forward. This is that moment to get out of balance for the next 90 days and contact as many people as you can, bring as many people to look at CTFO as you possibly can. That's a huge piece of advice that I would give. Wow. Build with urgency, Doug. Build with urgency right now. You got everything in place. You got everything in place. And, you know, this is the other thing I like to tell people, right? I mean, ultimately, right, we're all working with the same company. We're all working with the same products. We're all working with the same compensation plan. What is the unique variable? It's you, right? It's ultimately you. You're the unique variable that enables you to succeed by helping others succeed. Right now, that sense of urgency is huge. Get out of balance for the next 90 days so you can achieve balance for the rest of your life. That would be my advice.
Wow. Right on, right on, spot on. And that's what I'm doing. I'm on a 90-day blitz, everybody. And so I kind of got, you know, my life set up to go run hard, and then we can then we'll coast for a little bit, and then we'll take another run. By the way, our next for all of you, we're planning our next regional event will be in Chicago, and that's going to be in the August timeframe. We haven't locked down the time yet, but whatever you can do in the next 60 days, 70 days, you can drive that into Chicago. And that'll be big events. Events are what really propel you to take large steps forward with your business. If you can get a handful of key people into the Chicago event and they see it and they really buy into it, then it's game on, and then great things will happen. So Kevin, you're awesome, man. I'm so glad you're on our team. And
I'm excited to be here. I feel blessed to be here. I feel honored to be here. My goal is just to do whatever I can to help people just see what they have in their hands with CTFO, to understand the significance of this moment, to not look at the business as a free business, because you know that doesn't do it justice. This is a business that can be life-changing, right? So really look at it from that perspective. And know that you have everything it takes to succeed. Again, it's not easy. It's not an easy business, but you have what it takes, and you've got the amazing leadership in this organization. You know, from Doug on down, man, you got such great leaders here to help you get there. So I just want to, you know, again, just encourage you all to take that next 90 days and do some great things with it. I'm here to help however I can. You're going to be hearing more and more of me over the upcoming weeks and months, obviously, and years. You've got amazing people in this company like Stu and Steve and Michael, and Michael Swilling, and just so many wonderful leaders. So yeah, listen, thank you for inviting me on, Doug, and I appreciate you. You are leading the charge in such a big way. You are what leadership is all about. And, you know, again, I've worked with a lot of people over the many years. I'm so impressed by not only your leadership, but the type of person you are. Having that opportunity to spend that time in Vegas, having dinner with you, getting to hear what's important to you, getting to hear your experience, getting to hear your passion for making a difference as well. Man, I'm just honored to work with you. So great stuff.
Thank you. So everybody, I will get a recording of this out on a YouTube link. There was some great information today. There's so many people I wish could have been here live. And so just get your list ready of the important people, maybe some important builders, and get them a link to this so they can hear Kevin and his passion and his vision. It's go again. Hold on. Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. I'm having a device problem. But anyhow, everybody, great Zoom. Great to see everyone. Get your buy one, sell three, get yourself to Infinity One, then sell 4 more, sell 3 more. All of you should be able to hit Infinity 1, 2, or 3 within the 90-day run that we're making. Some of you are going to push beyond that, Infinity 4, Infinity 5. And then when the momentum kicks in, I can tell you your income and your lives are going to change. For those that really, really get after it, great things are going to happen. So have a nice weekend, everybody. I'm going to wrap it up with that and stand by for a YouTube link so you can share this with some other people. Thanks, Kevin.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.
You guys are awesome. See ya.